Hello everyone and welcome to the Ebird website. Here's the all-in-one 4-minute Ebird tutorial. Because this is only 4 minutes long, I'm not going to cover everything in detail, but I'm going to cover it deeply enough that you'll get an idea of how to use this amazing bird resource. So here is the Ebird homepage. Here is your stats. So if you have an Ebird account, it'll show like the species you observed and all of these other stats from you, including your checklist streak. Below here on the home page, there's some news, Ebirds of the month. You can search up what that is about, and some other stuff. Top photos of the world, rarities of the world. Okay, but most of the time you won't be using the home page too much. Here on the right, we have all of these side tabs. Honestly, the most important ones are Submit, Explore, and My Ebird. So that's what we'll be looking at today. First, let's go through Submit. On Submit, you can submit, bird checklists. If you don't have the Ebird mobile app, which is very convenient, or you don't have your phone, or you just don't feel like submitting it on your phone, or your phone is dead, or something like that, you can just submit it on here. So you just choose your location, choose your observation date, and just follow all the other protocols as you would with a regular Ebird checklist. Next is Explore. This is probably Ebird's most important and probably biggest tab. This is basically where all of its amazing features are. Here you can explore species. Let's just say Baltimore Oriole. Oops. Well, for some reason I typed in that. So here it will show you the name of the bird, the species name, its conservation status, brief description, range map based on real Ebird observations, and quite a lot of other information. Explore regions. You can look at the checklist, birds, photos, sound recordings seen in an area. So like say Shelby County. Now it will show you the species, the checklist, the eBirders, and a few other features. You can type in a county, a state, a city, whatever you want. So we're going back to the Explore page. Now these are some other other subtypes of ways to explore. So you have species maps, which are already inside of here. You have search photos and sounds, which are already inside of here and here. This is just like Monacular Library, like you can search any bird. You don't have to go for here. Explore hotspots, you don't have to go for here. Like you can still see hotspots, I think. Yeah, you can still see hotspots like location, but if you want to explore hotspots on the world map, this is the best way to do it. In bar charts, you can just look at hotspot and see when birds are occurring there. Oh no, let me show you bar charts. See, you just type in let me just choose a random location. So one of my private locations, and as you can see, it's the green mean. The thicker the green, the wider it is. Well, I guess you could say the longer the green is, the more frequent that bird is. See, if the bird is very infrequent, and like each one of these bars is a week, if it's very infrequent, the line is very thin. And this is based on Ebird data, and the Ebird website calculates this for you. So this works for states, for counties, for private locations, for public locations, whatever you want. Then you have target species, just species you can see in a certain area. It's a prioritized list of county, state, or life birds that you need and can expect to find in a region and their frequencies, as you can see here in the photo. And alerts. Alerts you can basically put in your email and it'll send you an email alert every single day, every single hour for whatever state you choose or maybe even just target species. So this is quite useful just to see what rare birds are in your area or what birds you need to see that are in your area. So you have top 100, just compare. This is all compare your totals section. So you can compare the top 100 eBirds in a region, either checklists or species, and different intervals of time. You have yard totals. Basically, you can put it in your yard, your private hotspot yard, and it's going to produce its own custom bar chart for it. plus its life list, year list, and month list. So this is quite cool. This is my yard. Then this is the exact same thing, just for non 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 backyard locations, just like if you bird in a certain park or something like that. And then you have photo sound ID quizzes. You literally just take quizzes and you take a quiz, you see what bird, you say what bird it is. Here, I'll show you. You choose region, choose when, choose what are photos or sound recordings, and you press start quiz, and it will give you 20 questions and select from the middle. It's going to ask you to see if you can get it right. Okay, well, that was a boldie. And then for you to continue, you have to rate the audio quality. This way, you are organizing Monaco Library's huge database. So people, if they want to find high quality recordings or high quality photos or videos, they can actually find it. So rating this helps a lot. So definitely do that. It won't let you go forward unless you do that. Back to the Explore tab. Then there's an advertisement for the free Merlin Bird ID app. There's an Ebird Essentials course. I really have not taken that, and I think most people haven't. I don't know what that is. And then we have a submission map where you can just see people submit checklists in real time. All right, our final section we're looking at today is My Ebird. So basically, this is going to be where all of your stats are collected, like how many birds you've seen a year, and the month, and the day, how many birds you've seen across the world, where, how many checklists you submitted. From here, you can manage your checklists. You can look at how many species you have with photos. If you want to manage your checklists, here on the left, you have Manage My. You can manage your checklists, your locations, your trip reports, alerts, and all of these other things. So you say you want to manage your checklist. This will send you to all of your checklists, and you just press on one of your checklists, and now you can use checklist tools, which you can add media, like this sound recording I added of a Fowler's toad to my checklist a few days ago. Then you can also add the date and effort if you messed it up, and all of these other things. So this is basically a central place to look at all of your stuff and to fix your checklists, your trip reports. Okay, I'm going to quickly show you what managing locations is about. So basically, these are all locations are all the places you have created when birding in the past. I've created 218, mostly from like road trips, and like when you're on road trips, you want to be specific, so you just tap and it will create like an auto GPS locations. For example, this, but see, I edited part of it to give some descriptive. Some of them some of them I edited. See, this one still has a GPS location in it. So like to manage a location, you just press it. Personal locations you can manage in every way. You can rename them, you can move them, you can merge them. But if it's not a personal, if it's public, then you cannot manage it anymore. Public, that means it's been turned into a hotspot which all people can contribute to. So this is a personal location. And the cool thing about personal locations is that they can become a hotspot. If you press suggest as a hotspot, it will send your personal hotspot to an Ebird reviewer and Ebird hotspot reviewer, and the Ebird reviewer will look at it. It's a real person. He'll look at it, or he or she will look at it, and he or she will decide if it's worthy of becoming a hotspot. And for it to be considered worthy of being a hotspot, it must be easy for everybody to access. It must be public, not personal, and it must have a decent amount of birds likely to occur there, generally. So we're going to go back. And really, that's it. There's also science. I think it just talks about what eBird is used for in research. Oh yeah, and there's just status and trends, which are quite cool. And then news, well, it's just eBird news. And that's about it.